I thought most people just ate Cheetos and watched SpongeBob.
Yeah. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas the Tank in his house. We on here. We about that life. What's it, vibing? How do I vibe? Is that a vibe? Do I vibe check? Did I pass a vibe check? Oh my goodness gracious, let's get it on. Let's get it on. I want to talk to you about a song, and the song is in my heart, and my heart is on my sleeve, and I want you to know that I truly do believe in you, and you have potential like me, like you. We all have potential to do the things we want to do. You gotta recognize them, and then you gotta go and go get them. You gotta be strong if you wanna be strong, cause that's the name of my song. I said, you gotta be the person you wanna be. You gotta be the change you wanna see. It's not up to me, it's not up to you, but you gotta do the things you wanna prove to you. You gotta prove it all to you. You owe yourself an explanation. You've got to look at the man in the mirror and ask yourself, why are you not giving 100%? Hello, McFly. Yeah. My negative self-talk, I try to use it as the cross I have to bear. I try to beat myself with that stick and also overcome myself, because I have a lot of self-disgust, and I try to position it as often as I can into progress, and I succeed a lot at my job. And I sincerely do challenge myself every moment that I can while I am aware of myself. And self awareness, consciousness, constantly, frequently, it's a high maintenance sort of lifestyle living. But I have routines, I have rituals, I have mantras, I have mudras, and all these things that I've learned to repeat to myself that strengthens me is what gives me strength, and you can have it too. But you need to start with change the way you think, and it changes your life. And what is your self-talk looking like? What kind of self-talk do you have for yourself, both internally and externally? You have to start listening to the words that you are saying to yourself, and start asking yourself, do I really mean that? Because you want to say what you mean and mean what you say. That's how you can have a confident, courageous output of voice. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And yes, I know. See, with Cat, he knows exactly what he's saying. He's yes, I know. I hear you. Okay. Say exactly. Say it with your chest. You gotta say it with a big cat raw. Say it with your chest, and you do that by listening to the things that you say all the time. And if you find yourself saying things like, "Oh, this sucks. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this," when you're at your job, that's no bueno, muy malo. Okay. Here's the reason why. Because you're being a Debbie Downer to other people. And in the atmosphere and the idea of teamwork that exists at the job, I call it being 110% responsible for yourself. Let's give a shout out to Eggman's Master Plan over here. Master Plan has a high chance of success because you're taking, the steps to a goal. And that's what I'm talking about right now, Eggman. About having a master plan for your life. What is it you want to do for yourself and your goals? And the idea that you should be working harder on yourself than you do at your job to gain these goals, to reach the things that you want. If you subscribe, you'll see my live channels. Like earlier when I was on, I did my boxing game, and throughout I'm just talking about the idea of this is how you work hard on yourself and you do at your job. And I'm still working on myself now by communicating. You could say that it's a little hard for me to communicate the ideas that I have constantly about personal development that have worked for me, because it doesn't seem to be a wide audience for it. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people just don't really want to hear about personal development. Let's see. My goal is to help my family and make money off of YouTube. That is an admirable goal, to want to help your family. I had some family struggles growing up, and there wasn't really any way for me to support my dad in the way that he wanted me to. So that's a very noble thing to want to support your family, and I hope that they appreciate it. I'm sure they do. And as far as making money off of YouTube, this is the challenge where, like, I am not willing to stoop down to the level of being successful on YouTube. Like, you've seen that video of that guy who has the shock with the pins in it, and he's like, in 5 seconds, chat, I'm going to pull this pin, and he just keeps counting backwards from 5 and backwards from 5 over and over, staying on my shirt. Well, I don't want to be like that guy. That's so fake, and I don't know, man. That this little stain. It's a white shirt, man. What do you want from me? Thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. But that just strikes me like, instead of hating and being part of the mob people that are watching this video and just being a part of that content, I want to be the change that I want to see. So when I come on here and I stream and I create content, I want it to be of value, of fiber, of substance. And whether we're talking one-on-one, whether you're just listening to an idea about how I personally overcome anxiety or problems in general, or how I feel about, it's a great day for great work. That is a mantra and a feeling that I've developed in myself. And working harder on yourself than you do at your job is the core of why I say that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Eggman. Like knows like, so you have it within you. I don't know what that stain is, by the way, SMS. Thanks for pointing it out. And Rock Low gaming model, the DSP gaming model. Oh, well, what is that? I haven't heard of that before. I believe in the law of cause and effect. If you want success that someone else has obtained, you mimic and you do exactly what they did to get it, and you'll have the same results most of the time. I've noticed that is the ironclad law of success, is cause and effect. You figure out what somebody is doing to get the results that they have and that they keep getting from something, whatever that is. If you want physical results, that's why when it comes to goal setting, I am a huge promoter, not to body shame, but to promote change in people's lives, of taking control of your physical well-being when you start on a path of changing your life for goal setting. And when I was 300 pounds, and my path started by hearing that lemon juice from a physical fitness trainer who I used to work with in sales. He said to me, listen, if you take lemon juice, he bought me a lemon. He gave me my first few lemons out of kindness to start. And ever since that day, I started taking lemon juice first thing in the morning. My immune system went up. My energy went up. My metabolism went up. My health went up by 1 degree change. And following that, my diet started changing, because it's the compound effect. 1 degree change over time leads to greater and greater changes. So start my mornings with lemon juice because somebody told me it would work, and I tried it and it made me feel better. And because I had success, I continued to repeat that. And throughout the day, starting your day off with that battle that you win, the very first thing you get up and you win that battle of overcoming yourself in habits, you can then prepare the rest of your day to overcome more and more victories. For instance, whereas you might have been prone to have a donut routine with your coffee, maybe today, you can just have your coffee with a protein bar. That's a great, substitution. And recognizing that pattern difference and building awareness to what it is your goals are. But why do it? Why do you want to change out a donut? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, that comes with self-reflection. That comes with understanding that you do have a goal, that you do have something that you admire. Maybe it's about someone else. You see someone else's physique and you say, shucks, I wish I had those shoulders or those arms. I wish I had that. Some things you can control, some things you can't control. If you say you want someone's height, like I'm 6'4", good luck. Don't do like that one flight attendant who broke her ankles just so she could be tall enough to be a flight attendant, right? But yeah, that's the idea though. Goal setting and fake it till you make it. There's so many steps to achieving success in your life, but success is only what your perception and what you make of it. And hopefully you're aware of that in your life, and you're able to break out of the mundane, repetitious day in and day out. You wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, wash and repeat. Breaking this process and empowering yourself by adding to your routine, creating a routine for yourself, to a ritual, even having rituals to be able to conquer yourself. For me, when I want to exercise, I know I have to go and make some lemon juice or my pre-workout, and that's the first step. And then I get YouTube going and I share my experience, and that's part of the ritual of how I like to exercise with this particular game and for myself. um, Having awareness of that, or like when I go to my job, I like to put my boots on at the job. Having that mindset, it's a total different shift of my mindset. It's going from I was outside, doing something different. As soon as I come into this building, I leave all my worries at the worry tree. I don't say things like, I don't want to be here, or this sucks, or I want to go home. Home is where the heart is. So when I'm empowered by myself, just loving what I do, I'm so glad, and I've recognized the three things that a job needs to be. I've gotten Post Malone a few times with Mustafa, but that's not your first time here. Three things that a job needs to be: meaningful, purposeful, and challenging. And once you learn to establish and see these things in your job. It took me a day. I remember when I started saying to myself, I was standing there, I was like, how is my job meaningful? How is my job purposeful? How is my job challenging in the different ways? And recognizing that meaningful and purposeful are different, and then recognizing those specifications to you on how you feel meaning and how your job gives purpose. And then the challenge, I always feel, is usually pretty easy because you can work harder if you want to. You can move faster if you want to. You can challenge yourself to be better at the jobs most of the time. A security guard job is kind of hard to challenge yourself, something like that, where you're not creating a lot of motion. But if your job requires you to move, then you have a free bingo square. You've got 1/3 of the three things you need to feel good about your work, which is a challenge. And then as far as the purpose and the meaning, well, that sometimes the purpose comes in the job too. Like by itself, it's a little easier to find a purpose of a job because you're getting paid to do something, and that's something you have to do can be racked up to the purpose. That's more of a physical, you know, challenge on recognition on that. But now the meaning, what does the job mean to you, right? What meaning does your job have? Recognizing that can be a little deeper, because a lot of times we lose the meaning of our job in the mundane day in and day out process. We lose the meaning of our jobs, that we are supporting each other. We're supporting the world at large when we go to our jobs, and we support a team. That's why it should be teamwork at the mentality level of working. Because I am not just there to make my paycheck. I am there to help everyone do something that's helping other people to survive in this world. And I should take pride in my work. And yeah, the work is its own reward, but the money is a byproduct of good work. So that's why when you do work harder on yourself and you do at your job, and you go into your job and you crush it, and other people look at you like you're a madman because you like what you're doing and you love your job, and you're able to just continue on with energy and zeal throughout your day that other people just don't do. They drag their feet, they whine, they take long bathroom breaks. But when you're able to change your mindset, change the way you think, it will change your life. And then you can start asking for more money, because the only way you can make more money at your job is to bring more value to the marketplace. You have to be worth more in order to make more money. But if you go in with a mindset of, I don't want to be here, that's not high value to employers. So I'm just offering you tips and ideas on how to empower yourself to overcome the daily grind mentality, which is, like I keep saying, people say all the time, I don't have this mantra, I'm just quoting other people. This sucks. I don't want to be here. I hate my job. Instead, flip that upside down. I like myself. I can do it. I'm the best. I love my job. Start saying to people, I love my job, and they're going to think you're freaking crazy, man. It's like, yeah, I love my job. Some people are like, oh, well, that's good. Why doesn't everyone love their job? Because when you go to an employer and you fill out an application and you put your little suit and tie on and you hope to goodness that you can get that job so you can get what you want to get, it's like you lose that attitude somewhere in like 2 to 3 weeks. It's crazy how fast people lose that attitude. But why? Because you go in there and so many other people around you are bombarding you with this preset mentality that it's normalized to hate your job. And once you shake off what people think is normal and do what you want to do for yourself, it feels like breaking the chains of society off of you. And people do see it. Sometimes if you just keep at it though, you'll overcome the people that are going to hold you back because you're doing more. You just keep grinding and work hard on yourself, and you do your job, and the work that you do will just seem natural. But an attitude of gratitude is necessary to appreciate the work after you get the job. You go in, you get the job, what happens? People are just showing you the ropes and showing you why they don't like the job. They'll say, I've literally had managers say to me, now this sucks about the job. I said, why would it suck? I have to change managers' points of view and ideas about how to talk to the employees. Some of them get offended. Some of them get sort of challenged. Like, what do you mean? It sucks. You don't want to do this. You want to do this? Yes, I do want to do this. I want to do what other people won't. Because in order to achieve what other people don't, you must be willing to do what other people won't. So I will scrub the toilets. I will work hard on floors. I will take up the trash, pick up the pallets. Any job that gets overlooked, I will undertake. How's that sound? How's that grab you by the short and curlers, huh? And that is an attitude that I've developed for myself because I want to have the responsibility of multiple tasks. Because otherwise, if I'm just standing around playing on my phone, I do that at my house. Playing on my phone doesn't make the time go by faster at my job. And it's embarrassing that I would desire to want to be on my phone more than to be at my job and working. So that's one of the things I learned in my sales career. When you're at your job, be 100% working. And when you take a break, be 100% on that break. That's another stringent technique and tactic I use to appreciate the abundance of my job. Please hit that like. I see some bodies in the chat right now. Please hit that like. Drop a comment if you have something to add to why it is that you feel you have a healthy work attitude. Maybe you feel that I'm crazy because I'm over here preaching, wow, this guy loves his job. And I've said that about every job I've had for about 10 years now. And when I'm at the job, I love that job. When I'm doing that thing, I love that thing. And if I can't fake it till I make it, something's wrong with that thing that I'm doing. That's not the right job for me. You should not hate your job. If you truly do hate what you do, that's on you. You've got to change that. Because if nothing around you changes, you've got to change the things around you. Why do you hate your job? Do you even ask why? Is it just because that's what everyone around you has always said, that you're just supposed to not like your work? What about that one guy that just gets the job done and loves it and comes in on time? You don't see him very long. You know why? Because he gets promoted to the supervisor. He does become the manager. He will be the team lead. And that's what I'm going to be. Because if it's to be, it's up to me. That's my mantra. And I hope that you find and design your own structure of mantras and self-talk. That's what the point of this whole viewership is right now. I wish for you to understand what it is that you're saying to yourself most of the time. Let's see what we got here from Truth Troll. Can you tell me how you removed your genital warts? There was actually this great little kind of stinky cream called Wart Away. Comes in a little vial with a brush, and it takes a while to wipe each wart with the little nail polish brush, but eventually they do. The inflammation dies down. It's worth the investment. And again, investing into your time. Investing your time. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. So when your genital warts are burning, it's really hard to enjoy working at your job at that time. You're trying to go left and right, and you're bending over to pick things up. Yeah, obviously it's brushing against your thigh. That sucks. So that's the situation where you have to overcome that, because if that's going to happen, you have to buy the right cream in order to continue to work healthy. And if you don't, and you just complain, dude, these warts have been bothering me for the last 3 weeks, well, why haven't you done something to um to cure those warts? Why haven't you, used protection? And why are you freeballing at the job? You should be wearing underwear. All right. So these are all things that, whether I have experience or not, I absolutely understand. If it's to be, it's up to me. That's 100% accountability. I'm not going to go to my job and say, this sucks, I don't want to be here. Hey, Truth Troll had to know, and I had to make sure that we understood. Because there's no excuses. I don't care what it is. You go to your job. My back hurts. My leg hurts. My elbows hurt. My warts are inflamed. It doesn't matter. You've got a duty to yourself. Oh, the hemorrhoids. Speaking of duty, it's excuses sound best to those who are making them. How about that one? I'm sure you've heard it before, right? Well, that's it. Thank you. And Justin, is it Justin? Hey, buddy, if you don't mind, hit that like button for me if you agree with my concepts tonight, because that's what I'm sharing. Accountability for ourselves. I call it 110% accountability. See, I'm 100% accountable for myself, and then I take 10% accountability for how people observe me, portray me. I'm 10% accountable for how people are going to feel when they're around me. And with that understanding, I seek to be stronger in other people's presence because I'm self-conscious in that way. It's a double-edged sword having self-consciousness. It builds your ability for empathy and to relate with people, but while you're around people, it also separates you. So I am highly self-conscious of myself and aware of what I'm doing most of the time, and that's been a built strategy as well as imposed upon me throughout time. You could say self-awareness and self-consciousness is my cross to bear, but by analyzing my patterns of behavior and studying the way I have interacted, how other people interact, the patterns of success, those who can't do, teach. I've studied success well. I have reached success in my life multiple times in many different ways, financially in the past, physically. I'm still on the course of success in my own right. That's what I love about talking about physical weight loss and growth and goal setting in that way, because that's the best way to prove to yourself that you're capable of change, to shed 15, 20 pounds with a little attention that takes your energy to get that. And being able to bulk up some muscle, get a couple inches on your arm. As you can tell, I'm slacking a little bit, but that's okay because I can do better. I can, I will, I must. That's another mantra that I've imposed on myself as well. So things that I back up, and it's not like you're lying saying I'm going to go write a book right now. It's little fake it till you make it strategies that you say that whether you feel it right or not. If you can push yourself to generate that energy, it will stimulate the energy inside of you. And you know what I love? When I'm at work and I'll be like, all right, guys, I love my job on three. 1, 2, 3. I love my job. And it's so funny, nobody says it. No, people will just be like, they'll say things like, I hate my job. They'll say the exact opposite, completely missing the point of observing with one another that one moment of loving what you do in the moment and being together, teamwork, loving the game together. And that's what I hope we can overcome now in this moment. Understanding and perceiving your patterns of behavior, your negative self-talk. How do you talk to yourself most of the time? When you're at work, what are you saying to yourself? What are you talking about with other people? Are you talking about problems that you have at your job and why you don't want to do that job? Or are you talking about what a great night for great work it is? The choice is entirely up to you. And I I hope that you find strategies to improve your work ethic and behaviors and work harder on yourself than you do at your job. Because once you identify that track of patterns, a lot of doors will open up to you for goals that you might not have recognized before. And whether you set the goals before or after you start the course, it doesn't matter because you want to invent yourself and then reinvent yourself. That's the plan of attack and strategy all around. You're not just doing this one time and then it didn't work out and then you're not going to do it anymore. That's why diets fail most of the time. That's why New Year's resolutions fizzle out after the first couple of weeks. You know, how many people had New Year's resolutions this year and didn't follow through with them? And then you just fizzle out. My New Year's resolution last year, not resolution, goal last year, and it was different from resolution, but my goal last year was to have 1,000 subscribers. I'm not done yet. I didn't hit it, but does that mean I just give up and I'm not going to do it? No, I'm still on that goal. So if you'd like to help Thomas the Tank keep rolling to the future and to his goal, please like and subscribe if you like this kind of content and would like to see more of it, because I am about taking accountability and responsibility for my actions, and that means the actions that I don't do that affect people. So when I'm not trying to push myself to exercise and I'm not trying to share experiences and pearls of wisdom with people, I hold myself accountable in that nature too. So right now, instead of having the pain of regret, I am experiencing the pain of discipline, and I appreciate your time and your attention, because where your attention goes, your energy flows, and a lot of people are out here desperate for your attention. I unfortunately am only interested in your attention for the fact that I want you to benefit from it for the moment. See, I'm not trying to make a buck off of you watching. I want you, the viewer, to benefit off of anything that I can share with you for this time, for this idea that can create personal change in your life, and you personally can find motivation to develop a skill or an idea or start a hobby or a course or a goal for a personal pattern improvement. And again, weight loss is a good one. Easy. I have a lot of experience. I've lost over 100 pounds. You can see my picture on my community page of where I used to be 300 pounds. I've been down to 175, which wasn't a healthy weight, but again, change the way you think. I thought health had just lose the weight, and I went too far. Invent yourself, then reinvent yourself. That's how that worked. And then once you do that, that's not giving up. And yeah, it's really easy to tell people don't give up when you're in a position of doing well. But it's most important to tell yourself, don't give up, buddy. All right? And that's what I want for you today. Please hit that like button if you agree that you're not giving up today. Hit that like button if you agree that yesterday's gone and tomorrow's not here yet. And the only thing you have right now is this moment to prove who you are to yourself, and that you're going to do what it is that you want to do for you. I want you to take accountability and stand up tall and hold your shoulders back and keep that chest out, because you owe it to yourself to be the best that that genome you can be. You have such control over yourself, and I hope you do, and I hope you develop more control. And once you slow down and listen to what your thoughts are saying, listen to what your self-talk is saying to yourself. That's why I'm asking you, what do you say when you're at your job? Are you a type of person to talk with your coworkers and say, man, this sucks tonight, huh? I can't believe we have this much work to do. Or are you the type of person to go in and say, hey everyone, it's a great night for great work, isn't it? The option is available to you now that the challenge has been put out there, and I hope that you take it and you start implementing certain strategies to overcome your daily grind issues and lose your problems. Consider everything that's been a problem up till now a challenge as of now. That's going to be the next strategy of changing your mindset. No more problems. From now on, we have challenges, and we can overcome a challenge. And you can go to your friend and say, hey, I have this challenge I would like you to help me overcome. And it sounds and feels a lot better than going to somebody and saying, man, I got a problem. Mindset. PP sum, peak performance state of mind. Check it. You should be at least 100% when you go into your job, because if you're not, throughout the course of your night, your PP sum drops down. It's just a natural cause because you're expending energy when you're at your job. And it takes a lot to fight off the Debbie Downers and the negative Nancys who are going to be twiddling in your ear saying, "Oh, I can't believe you like to be here." Huh. Well, I've unlocked the secret to why I want to be here, because I've identified the three things my job needs to be: meaningful, purposeful, and challenging. And having identified those three aspects to what work is for me, there's nothing that I won't do that I won't like to do. Because I'm my own boss. That's another great mentality cue that I've given myself. No matter what, when I go to work, I'm my own boss. Somebody else might be employing me, paying my check, showing me how to do the job, telling me how they want the job done. But make no mistake, none of them, not one of them people, make me get to that job. I make me go to my job wherever it is. And that's what makes me my own boss. I make myself get up out of bed and pull myself up by my own bootstraps to get the job done. And then I whistle while I do it. And that's why I'm a beast. And it feels great to be a beast. And I know you've got a beast in you too that understands what I'm saying and recognizes the power and potential that you have inside, that we all have inside. And I want you to unlock today your power and your potential and recognize the patterns that you have up till this point that you can absolutely have control of and make your life for the better. But you have to identify what that actually means to you. What does being better in life mean for you? For me, it means taking control over certain aspects like my diet. Having control over my diet is an important concept, and meal prepping. Being able to prep meals, like right now, instead of eating out and doing DoorDash, a 1 degree change that I had to start a long time ago that I do today is meal prepping. So I make burritos for my weekly meals. I take dinner in as often as I can, and having an idea of what meals that I want to make is another important factor. So identify a few healthy meals that you really want to have. Oh, I gotta push that button again. Oh, no, I don't want low brow. Yeah, I want to do high brow. Okay. So these are the 1 degree changes that I want you to develop for yourself. I want you to start thinking about. And I hope that you have the strength to do that. I think you do. I think you've got more strength than you give yourself credit for most of the time. And I know you can find it in yourself to prove it to yourself some way, somehow. Start to stand a little taller. Look at that. Look at that posture. Oh gosh, if we get any more taller, we're going to be on the ground. If we get any taller, we'll be on the ground. Oh my goodness. Feels great to stand tall. Stand tall with your shoulders back and your chest out. And then you say it with your chest. This is how I stand. This is how I naturally stand for myself. This is my basic posture. Sometimes I'll sit on my knees a little bit, but when I am fully in my zone and I'm in my moment, this is how I stand. And I don't care who thinks I'm weird for it. Hey, how's it going? How do I even do this? I'm going to call you Singer. How's it going, Singer? Thank you for the hi. Please hit the like button if you enjoy the interaction that we have. I'm here to share a positive mindset theory, talk about mindset theories and how to generate a structure for yourself to be better for yourself, in yourself. It's great. It's great to talk about, but it's another thing entirely to do it. And if you check out my last stream, that was me doing that. This part is the explaining how my methodology gets me to exercise in a video or to want to demonstrate that or to even clean the litter box. You know, sometimes I battle that depression. If you understand what it's like to be in a chair and not want to get up out of that chair, or in bed and not want to get up out of bed, you have the choice that I have too. We all have choices to stay in bed or to sit in a chair. But I think it was Marcus Aurelius that once said, what is it to be a man? Is it to stay in the comfort of the blankets from the cold, to stay warm in your bed, or is it to get up out of bed and to face the world, and to fight for what's in you? And that sits with me sometimes. It doesn't always get me out of bed, but when I'm able to get up and get moving, and I can find that I have work to do, not my job, but I have work to do on myself. Work harder on myself than I do at my job. That's what spurs me to have this great confidence that I'm sharing with you now. A confidence of energy that I understand is generated in yourself. Hey, Eggman, don't forget don't forget to be awesome. That's what I was trying to say. And because it's within you. Namaste, Pranaska, and can you do this? Uh-oh. Doop, doop, doop. See, this doesn't mean anything. I could do an hour worth of this and I wouldn't feel good about doing that. I used to be able to do it both ways though. Hold on a second. See, if I go this way, I can go like that. And I go this way, I can go like that. No, I can't go the other way. I used to be able to. Oh well. Have a good night. Thanks for joining me, Iggy. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time if you like the content. Hey, that's what I'm here for, Eggman. I'm trying to share what I've got, because I don't have a lot. Money and gold, I don't have a lot. But I do got a lot of energy for confidence of what it means to do something right, and to want to do something right. So that's what I'm sharing here tonight, my ideas of how I overcome myself. Because I too personally have to overcome myself moment to moment. I don't have weekdays anymore, very rarely. Sometimes I have to talk to people and say it's a weekday or something like that. But then I cut that out and say, and it's a strong moment. I don't have weekdays. I live in strong moments. I'm not denying that days exist, but I am challenging what I say and the concept of why I have to say weekends, weekdays. I don't like that concept because my body hears that, you hear that, other people hear that. So when I talk to people about my time and how long it is, it's strong moments, right? It's not time to have a weekday. Today is not the weekday. Today is going to be full of strong moments. And challenging the way that I think about how I talk is part of the ability that I feel makes my actions, I don't know how to say it, but it makes me able to do what I do. And that's what I like to do. Challenge myself awareness, as often as possible, because most of the time it's not possible. Obviously there's a lot of sleeping involved, and then if you take into account all the laziness that I want to do, just sit down and it's my day off, of course I have that. So that's why it's important, even on your days off, right, to work harder on yourself than you do at your job. And once you do that and unlock that potential, it's great. I'm not an internet panhandler. I am an advocate for building strong roots of philosophy, building a strong philosophy for yourself, and knowing what it is you're talking about, what it is you're doing, why are you doing it, having the ability to generate these perceptions and sharing that with other people. So that's my whole mission statement here. My whole mission statement is to change the way you think, and it will change your life. But only you can change the way you think today, in this moment. That's why it's so important for me to share this message with you. So I hope that you find use of this message, and I hope this message finds you. and empowers you so that you can overcome every obstacle in your path and let not one be a problem, but every challenge that arises be a worthwhile task that you wish to overcome. And identify the challenges that you have for the aspects you must have to feel duty: purpose, meaning, and challenge. Identify those three things in what you do, and it will not be a begrudged experience. You can embrace the idea that you have a task that requires your attention, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. And when your attention is given to something that does not derive anything of purpose to you, of meaning or challenge, it feels negative. It's an uncomfortable negative feeling, and that's disgust. It actually does make disgust, and when you're not able to place your disgust into something you can change, it creates self-disgust on a level that's very toxic. I think disgust, even especially self-disgust, can be used for a healthy measure of change, but you have to recognize the disgust at what you're disgusted at, and then not reflect it and on other people and just take it out in attitude. Understand why you're disgusted with something. Don't just hate your job. Understand why you hate your job. You must not be feeling meaning, purpose, and challenge at your work, because otherwise you would be happy to go to your job and do the best that you can at that place. That's the only reason why you would be so negative at a place that you don't like to be at, because you don't feel that you have a purpose there, and that is not the place for you at that time. Then, or you have to start changing the way you think to appreciate the job more, and then you start building goals and start hearing from other people that you're doing better, and you're suddenly going to be in line for a promotion, and you start learning new tasks and trades. But it comes down to working harder on yourself than you do at your job. And there's so many people out here that are just trying to make that buck and get that coin and get that like. I'm not that guy. If you give me a like, I have 5 likes. Each one is a solid individual who said, this guy has a strong message and I agree with it, and I want to apply that in my life. And I hope that the message I share has hit you in some way and you're able to apply that message. I feel a little bit like a preacher, but I'm not taking any God into consideration, because I am the supermensch, and so are you if you choose to be. God is dead and no one's coming to save us. And I'm going to use that knowledge to live as strong as I can possibly live. Because without the comfort of someone to fall back into their loving arms, and I am forced to be strong and harder than I ever was. And not having my parents, to fall back on them, you gotta be able to. You're walking that tightrope with no net, and that's the grind. And if you don't know what it's like, that at any given time, if something goes wrong, you could end up homeless. You're not on the grind yet. If you still got your parents to fall back on, you don't know what it's like. So true dogs, they know what the grind is. They know that if I fuck up, if I don't go to that job and pay my bills, I don't got a place to live. I don't get to eat. I can't support my habits, whatever it is. That's what understanding what the hustle is. And too many people don't know don't have that energy because it's their first job or whatever. Then they find out later that it was a good job and that they walked away from a good job because they didn't appreciate it because they weren't in a place. But that's okay. You have to go through that. Some people never learn to appreciate their jobs. Are you going to? Do you already know the lesson? That's my whole thing. That's what I want you to ask yourself. Have you learned the lesson of appreciating your job? Do you have an attitude of gratitude for the job that you do? That's the lesson I want to share. And I've learned it pretty well. I go to my job and I look at the tasks at hand, and I'm 100% at work when I'm working, and I like to get in real deep. I grind my feet in. I move with intention and purpose, and that's my first checkbox of my job duty. Challenge. Absolutely. I challenge myself to work hard. Now, does it have meaning, my job? Right? well, let's talk about purpose because that's the easier one too. My job is I have to get this done because the next person's waiting in line to receive this thing. It's an assembly line here, or if it's in shipping here, or if it's stacking in a warehouse. There's always something that someone else is waiting for you on. Hey there. Let me just see. Third straight moron giving advice I've seen tonight. No more internet. See, subscriber? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because you need to stop looking at what it is that you're searching for and be the change that you want to see. Am I a moron? Hey, in all that I know nothing. But I have overcome myself in a lot of different ways that I am proud of because that's what I call working harder on yourself than you do at your job. And I do have a lot to show for it, and I'm proud to share that with you. If you don't see it, that's okay because I'm sure you have a lot of success in your own way to be able to talk like that. So I'm not offended that you feel that way. I just wish you, well on your path down the road and hope that success is in your sales, man. Good for you. A lot of people are struggling out here. It's hard for us to get up. A lot of people, the most valuable thing that they're going to make today is a poop in the toilet. My message isn't to you. It's going great for you. I'm happy for you. My message is to the people like me who are having such low energy that just being able to get up and share their confidence in why they're so good at their job and why they're able to do little things like exercise for the camera and share their experience is important because you're able and it's necessary to feel meaning, purpose, and challenge in your life. And if that makes me some moron on the internet, then I'm glad to be that stupid, to recognize my own self patterns of behavior that I can overcome. And you're absolutely right. Absolutely, at least partly right. I can be a moron and correct in what I'm saying. Whether it's my opinion or whether it's fact is my own perspective. But thank you for challenging me. And again, my confidence not even shaken because I know what I'm saying works for the individual who applies it, and cause and effect will come to show that other people can gain the same ability that I've unlocked for myself, which is losing 100 pounds of body fat in life, which is getting a job that pays more each and every step of the way until I hit my goal of how much I want to make. And it's not just about the money. It's about maintaining daily vigilance for a good attitude. Having an attitude of gratitude when I go to my job. That's an ability that a lot of people have not unlocked for themselves. And having the experience of what led me up to the ability to do that is why I'm confident to share my experience. So it's not for everyone. A lot of people like yourself can be Debbie Downers and negative Nancy's without even recognizing why you're doing it. Heck, I do it all the time myself. But I've learned where your attention goes, your energy flows. And instead of worrying about what other people think about me, I'm going to think about what I think is important. I'm going to share what I think is important for this moment. Like, what's my job right now? To make sure that I have a good meal in here, right? That's what I'm doing right now. Some people are neglectful to themselves for feeding themselves. They do a lot of DoorDash, they eat out a lot. Being able to eat healthy, challenging the way you think about what you're eating and what your diet's going to consist of in order to properly empower yourself for the challenges that you have ahead in order for your body to meet those nutrient requirements with protein and vitamins so that your brain will generate the mindset that you need to conquer your day. Not just living in a weekdays. I'm building strong moments, and you can too if you just pick up your cross and walk with it. You just gotta be the change that you want to see, and that's what I hope that to experience day in and day out, and confidently exhume that. And even now, I'm being the change that I want to see. Because, like you said, there's only three. I'm only the third moron to be on here talking. That's terrible. There should be more and more morons preaching about self-advice. and make it a natural culture. We should be absolutely in a culture of how to be better with one another, sharing our experiences on how we can do better in one way or another. What works for you? Not projecting and saying this is the only way though, like religion. See, that's where we have a separation. I lose myself from religion because they're trying to tell you how to live better without any results. It's just believe us, it works. And look at these people with the big smiles and their fake generosity, and they think they're making change. That's not change. Show me real change in someone's personality after they have lost 100 pounds of fat and they have energy to get up and play a sport that they couldn't even do before. That's the kind of change I want to share with people. Show me someone that likes to go to their job now and doesn't feel like it sucks. That's the kind of change. Work harder on yourself and you do at your job, and you will experience that too. I guarantee it. And it feels freaking great. And then you go out on a Friday night and you're dancing at the club and you're singing karaoke, you throw back a couple of drinks, and you earned that. And then you exercise, next day, once a week, whatever, you exercise, you get sweaty up, and it feels great afterwards. But there is no after, there's only this moment. And it feels great in this moment because it's been done for me. And it can be done for you too. You have the power to make the change in your life that you need to be the change you want to see. And change the way you think, it'll change your life. Because if nothing around you changes, you gotta change the things around you. You got it. I got you. It's all right. These are the tools. I'm giving you the tools and techniques and ideas and the mantras and all the things that you've got to say to yourself to pull yourself out of the mud by your own bootstraps today. These are the techniques of winners. These are the mantras of successful people. I like myself. I can do it. I'm the best. I love my job. This is the automatic response system that I've incorporated to myself to respond to things and to just confess to people. Just confess these things openly. Yes, absolutely. This is what works. You know what else works? Cheese? Would you like some cheese? I would love some cheese. My big stone hands. So I'm gonna get the mitt for this. Anyway, I'm starting to run out of steam here. I've been going for a while. But I hope I've made my point, and I hope someone gained something off of me talking for you guys. My message isn't for everyone, like I said. It's for the people who are down and going through it and really want some improvement in their life, but can't figure out why it's not coming. And the first thing you gotta say to yourself, if it's to be, it's up to me. That's where self-change and improvement starts, okay? So it's not about putting anyone down or body shaming anybody, but if you can take control of yourself physically in a healthy way, it will highly improve your life. Taking charge and changing yourself in your life will absolutely help you in many levels. And excuses sound best to the people making them. Don't let excuses stop you from losing 100 pounds of body weight and developing the muscles that you want to develop, because it's all within your grasp. I know it sounds real preachy for someone to be able to share this, but I'm more just, again, confessing my experiences, because I've been the loser, that I've been beaten, busted, broken in, disgusted. I've been a complete loser, and nothing says that I'm not still some complete loser, but I'm a complete loser who has hit his goals and made success in places that a lot of people don't get to see today. And the only thing that separates me from somebody who's sleeping in the streets is 1 degree. 1 degree change. And that's my idea, that it's good to work. Because if you change who I am and change me to 1 degree that I don't like to work, In 6 months' time, maybe less, maybe a lot less, I could lose a job. I could lose my job. I could lose my place where I live by just changing the way I think 1 degree. And that's no good. So challenge yourself. Challenge the way you think about your work, and challenge the way that you allow your daily habits to go. Challenge your diet. Challenge your money, the way you spend it. Challenge yourself. Don't look at it like a problem. Stop having problems. Stop saying you don't have time to do the things that you want to do and that you need to do, because only you can make the time, and that's what makes you a creator. Just like me now, I'm a creator not because I'm just saying stuff on YouTube. I'm a creator because I make the energy and I make the time to be able to share with you something of value. That's the value of being a YouTube creator, in my personal opinion. And that's what I hope that I'm able to share with you right now. Some sort of value in my words and meaning that will offer you incentive, and you can derive motivation to become the best you positively today. But it starts with gaining awareness and control of this moment, and responsibility and 100% accountability for everything in your life leading up to this moment. You got to be accountable. And once you admit that, confess that, look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am 100% accountable for who I am today. And ask yourself, what it is you're doing. What am I doing today? What do I want for myself? Set those goals, put them on paper. Start there. Get a dream board, doesn't matter, but create the life that you want. Shape it, visualize it. Law of attraction. If you visualize the life that you want and you work toward that, you'll get it. I promise you. I've gotten it multiple times over. I continue to get it in my life continuously on pace. And law of attraction for a physical body, a physical good looking body. Oh fuck. Damn it. Ah, son of a bitch. Great. Yummy. Yeah, I'm done. Thanks. I'm depressed now. Appreciate it. Bye.